Oh, that is so much faster. Holy crap. Hey, and welcome to my channel. This is part 2. The first part of the video was creating this frame, but there was some issues with it. It needed an extra set of motors, it needed a gear ratio change, and it needed some brushes. So in this video, I'm going to go over how I changed the design, how I made it perform a lot better, and climb over objects a lot easier. So let's get into it. Alright, so I think that having the two motors on one speed controller won't be much of an issue. So now what I need to do is unsolder this wire here, solder it to this motor over here, and then solder a cable from here to this motor, and then from here to this motor here. And then hook everything back up to the speed controllers and then give it a test and see how it does, if it's any better. Okay, got it all wired up, and well, we got the motors wired up. We gotta still plug in these electronics to it. Shouldn't be too difficult. I don't remember which side is left, which side is right, but we can always change that. Oh, that is so much faster. Holy crap. Oh, almost fell off. Oh, all right, let's test it on the ground. Alright, so I'm shooting a quick recap video of the testing I just did outside. The redesigned wheel that I did in the back, it performed a lot better. There wasn't a whole lot of dirt that was getting sucked up into the wheel. The front wheels, however, still have an issue with pulling dirt into the gears. So I'm gonna have to think about maybe a sealed gearbox or something in the future, maybe change these to back to the smooth design like in the rear. This is what I deal with on a daily basis. Hey, buddy. You my shop dog? Huh? You my shop dog? Yeah. You good boy. Yeah. What's up, buddy? Is it 5 o'clock? Oh, it's close. It's 4:49. Good job. All right, I gotta go feed the dog. Hold on. All right. Dog is fed. Dog is happy. So I had to trim this brush stuff so that it was a smaller diameter. I'd say that turned out pretty good. I was shooting for 2.5. Look at that. That's like right on the money. So this is the basic assembly for the test rig that I'm building for the sweeper mechanism. I've got the motor, I've got the hub. I'm using the old 3-to-1 gear from the old drivetrain. I matched the gear from the old drivetrain with the cutouts for the brushes. I got the other end for the brush, and then a motor shaft, and then a piece to put everything on and just start to run some tests. Oh, forgot I changed the design. All right, I gotta print another part again. Gosh dang it. Yeah, so I'll show you why. So I changed how wide the brush was gonna be. I shortened it up, so that means I moved this little square part here where it interfaces with the brush down. So I gotta print this part now. All right, got the new part printed out here. And I gotta do some trimming. All right. So that's how the brush attachment's gonna work out. But it'll be much larger, and there'll be a lot more of these along the way to kind of keep the brushes together. That'll work all right. I'll suggest it. Yeah, that's about where it's gonna be. I'm just grabbing random things and seeing what it'll pull in. Oh, that works really good. Yeah, see, it'll eventually have like a little ramp right there. Alright, so it'll have like a little ramp basically like right here. So when it grabs that, it shoots it into the hopper. I think that'll work good. Alright, let's try like that. Alright, that works. That works really good actually. Alright, we're gonna go with that. Alright, so I think I have an idea. I need to remove this motor to get that out of the way because this brush is technically riding right in the path of that motor. So I just want to get this out of the way, and I may end up putting it back on the bottom just to kind of get it out of the way. Those helical gears just lock everything together. So So I originally thought I couldn't use this bracket, but turns out that I can, at least for testing. So if I put that there, then I can put that there. Let me get this other part. Yeah, my freaking camera's in the way, man. I wasn't sure where everything was going to line up, so I brought everything into CAD so I could place the brushes where it was going to line up in the frame, and I could also see where the motors were going to be interferencing with the brushes and the gear. And what I'm doing here is I'm just placing the motor that's going to be driving the brushes. The tricky part about this motor is it needs to move up and down with the brushes and the gear assembly. Just got done designing the bracket assembly that's going to be holding the brush mechanism. I decided to incorporate it into one of the wheel hubs that was close by. I still need to figure out how I'm going to secure this to the extrusion with a fastener. And the reason that I can't fasten it right now is because I have a 1/4-20 fastener that is going to have a spring underneath it that's going to keep this pretty much in the position that you set it at. Like I can't even use it because of that. So I'm gonna have to completely redesign it. So before I go printing the new version of this part, I kind of want to throw this together with the spring and make sure that I don't have any issues. And then I'm worried that I may have to move this hole because there's not enough room for a spring. Or I could just do a cutout there, which I might just do. I don't even really need that, but I was just doing that for a brace. I wanted to show you another neat thing that I 3D printed, which was a motor cover to protect the wires. So I was worried that when the brushes were spinning around that it might catch something or catch on one of these wires. So I just printed this really thin cover with this groove in it to accept the wires down the side of the motor. But that also allows this to flex and kind of expand around this. What I just dropped. Yeah, it just slides over the back of that like that. And that wire can still move in there, but everything's protected now. As you can see, I got the chassis put back together, and it's time to work on getting the shaft cut for the brushes, getting the brushes cut, and then getting all these Lego pieces that I printed that will hold all the brushes together. So these just snap together like that, and these will just go along this entire row to support the brushes all the way across. I've learned from past experiences that when you slide this stuff into the track, that it tends to pull all these hairs in crazy directions. Like if you're not paying attention or watching it, as soon as you go to slide it in there, it'll just take the brushes and just bend them. So I just taped the end of this so that I don't have that issue. You can see they're still nice and flat. So the gears suck in some of these bristles. Just gonna trim them and see if that helps it.
All right, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. Please like and subscribe, and you're going to want to catch the next video. I'm super excited about it. I got the cover that goes around the brush. I'll give you a little sneak peek of that right here. And it just works so awesome. I can't wait to put the bin that's going to collect everything and get a dump mechanism, something, and then make it robotic and work on its own. Thanks for sticking around this far, and we'll catch you on the next one.